What's up, everybody? Welcome to my new video, part 2, Motivation with an Edge presents raising my daughter in this fucked up world. Whew, and it continues to seem to be more fucked up every day. This is called Volunteer to Go First. Now, that's just the title, the catchy title, but it's about fear. It's about understanding how, as parents, for me at least, it was important to realize what fear will do down the road to inhibit my daughter's beautiful life. I think most of us would agree fear gets in the way of a lot of different progressive things, right? So I look at it in 3 different ways, right? The first is, of course, that idea of volunteer first. Most of us know, right? You can't convince somebody to not be afraid, right? But I figured with my daughter, when she was 4 years old, around 4, is one of the first things I kind of taught her. I said, look, you're in gymnastics, you're in swimming, you're in whatever. Volunteer to go first. Because a lot of times the fear is a subjective fear that is created as you're trying to do the thing you should be afraid of or shouldn't be afraid of. For example, remember when we were in class, we did speeches. And the people who go first didn't have the whole half an hour to build up their fear. So you're now susceptible to a conditioned building up of this fucking bullshit feeling, right? So I told my daughter, okay, cool. Now, honestly, guys, she's 10 and a half. And I swear to God, not only is she listen to me, she's enthusiastic about going first to this day. Now, do I know it's going to correlate directly to no fear down the road? I don't know. I'm out here doing my best, but I figure at least she has that to get her mind right when maybe she compares it down the road to something she's overthinking, right? You never know. So there's that. There's just the number 2, the pragmatic understanding of it. Now, that's something that you're trying to throw her into the subjectivity. Now, I understand the rebuttal of that is if you're volunteering to go first, you're volunteering the riskiest things. But I don't want to be someone who's parenting afraid. So my daughter knows you can't risk whatever the fuck. You just risk things that are worth risking based on what they are going to be as an outcome, potentially. Now, the second one, again, acknowledge that it's subjective, very subjective. And we cannot have this discussion with our kids about going from volunteering first in gymnastics to public speaking when they're 25 years old, and that there's going to be an easy transition. But I figure conditioning is what it's about for us and for our children. I had to convince myself not to care what people thought about me after I was 18 years old. And I was like, that's cool. But I did care what people thought about me. So the more pragmatically and objectively I spoke about it, it helped the subjective. It's not always the case, but for me it was. And I want my daughter to have that. But if we know it's something we have to talk about and bring up, we don't ignore it from a young age because it's something that's going to bother them so much later, right? At least for me. The third one is acknowledging both of these things and realizing it's something you got to push forward. We all want our kids to have manners, social graces, comprehension, to be smart, all these different things. But we have to understand fear, I would say, will be one of the things that gets in the way most of their achievement down the road. So if you make it something to bring up, acknowledge, understand, and introduce as many times as possible the destruction of possibilities and enhance their lives through it, at least gives them the best opportunity. So remember, volunteer to go first, anecdotal. There's a lot of different things you can decide for your kid. Be pragmatic about it, and you have to continue to recondition your child. Or condition or recondition based on where they are in their process. So thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Share, subscribe, put the notifications on for the YouTube. Any parents you have, especially fathers that deal with a daughter, if I haven't earned it yet, that's fine, but share. I'm going to keep doing these. And again, it's not me being right. It's me doing my best to bring up the topics that can help us raise our daughters. Have a great day. Thank you.